Okay, so I just made a video earlier tonight talking about this little guy right here, and I mentioned that about 51 psi on the suspension, on the drive axle suspension, is about where you want it, and it tells me it's pretty close to legal. And the way you use this is when you're sliding your axles. After you get loaded, you slide your axles forward, whatever, blah blah. With experience, you can kind of gauge by where the back of the load. Let me start it over. You usually slide your axles all the way to the tail of the trailer. You back into the dock and they get you loaded. Now, I always get loaded, almost always, especially if it's heavy, single, double, single. And that means you put a single pallet in the nose in the middle. You stack two pallets next to each other behind that. You put another single behind that in the middle. And then every pallet to the tail after that is double, which means side by side all the way to the back. That load configuration with a refrigerated trailer, especially with my big heavy W900, works out just about perfect to where when I'm sliding my axles, I pull out of the dock and I slide my axles, I look and I put the back of the rear tires on the trailer right underneath the back of the last pallet, and that usually gets me really close to legal. Okay, and then I came around and I verify it by seeing that that's not any more than 51 psi, and 51 psi means there's really close to 34,000 pounds on the drives, and it should be pretty close in the trailer if you're heavy. And then you go scale it out. So what these guys did, they loaded it. They didn't ask me, or I would have told them. They loaded double, single, double, which is way too much weight in the nose of the trailer. So I got to the scale house. There's a guard check attendant up there, works with Securitas, and this guy is dealing with a printer that won't work, and he's having some deals, and he's like, you got to go to a CAT scale. And I'm like, I don't want to go to a CAT scale because it's about a half hour either way to the truck stop from here where I'm at in Iowa. Then I got to pay money out of pocket to get it weighed just to come back and fix a problem that I know exists. So I asked him, I had two choices. I could be an asshole about it, or I could just work the problem. And I asked him, like, can I talk to shipping supervisor? He let me do that. I talked to shipping supervisor, asked him how it's loaded. He told me, and so he's like, all right, come on back. I was like, I don't want to waste my time and yours, for a problem I know I don't need a scale to figure out. So I am backed in again. Hopefully they get to this quick, because I have been here since 6 o'clock. It is 12:15 in the morning right now. This happens in trucking. So just take your licks sometimes, man. Be calm, be patient. We're truck drivers, are customer service reps too, so you don't piss off your customers over here. They might not let you come back in. You lose freight, you lose money, you lose business. Bad for everybody. Be cool.